Yokozuna was Hulk Hogan, King of the Ring. Yokozuna has two goals: make Hulk Hogan suffer and regain the WWE Championship. It's up to you to follow the plan and get it done in a flashy manner.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is
and I serve as special counsel and the wise man to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, the undisputed, uncontroverted, unquestioned leader of the Bloodline, the most dominant group in recent memory and in the entire history of WWE. The Bloodline has all the damn gold! For nearly 40 years, I have worked for, alongside, and even employed the absolute greatest superstars to ever do it. That's how dangerous do you want to live? I've created the Dangerous Alliance, led an extreme revolution with ECW, and managed the most legendary of all champions. And for me, none of that compares to the relationship I've built with the Anoa'i, Fatu, and my Via family. The triumvirate that composes this dynasty that we know more colloquially as the Bloodline. My time with this family goes back 40 years. I've led them into battle, strategized with them, and have watched their children grow into top-tier superstars who have also created their own impressive legacies. And so it is my great honor to serve as your host for the WWE 2K25 showcase featuring a dynasty like no other, the Bloodline.
When you look at this incredible family tree, this is proof that there is only one royal family in professional wrestling, bound by blood.
A blood bond forged between High Chief Peter Maivia and Amatua Anoa'i,
the father of Atha and Sika, the wild Samoan, created a force that has dominated professional wrestling for over 5 decades. An elite collection boasting names like the Wild Samoans, Atha and Sika, as well as The Rock, Rikishi, Umaga, Yokozuna, Nia Jax, Jimmy and Jey Uso,
Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and of course, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. They've owned championships, filled arenas, packed stadiums, broken box office records, years and decades of dedication to the craft, perfecting their art with each passing generation, ultimately leading us to right here, right now, with the Bloodline having dominated WWE for the last half decade. As your humble wise man, it is my duty to take you through some of the most ferocious battles featuring the greatest warriors in the family. Not everything goes according to plan, and this year we're going to give you a chance to right the historical wrongs and change history to bring more glory to the Bloodline. It's our showcase, after all. Honestly, their only real competition is themselves.
Acknowledge me!
All of this fighting amongst each other, this constant power struggle, I won't let all of that ruin this moment. Because it's not just about Solo Sikoa or Roman Reigns. It's not just about the Usos. It's about every single member of their family that came before them, who built the lineage and who made them into the superstars that they've become today. It's been said elsewhere that wrestling has more than one royal family. That's undeniably true. Also undeniably true is that for all of those other families, there's only one Bloodline dynasty.
What an intro, man. What an intro.
and a family that specialized in brute force over the years. Perhaps no one better personified this than Rodney Amawai, nephew to the Wild Samoans, better known to the WWE Universe as the mighty Yokozuna. The family's first world heavyweight champion, Yokozuna arrived to WWE in the fall of 1992. An imposing behemoth, to say the least, Yokozuna would make an immediate statement, winning the 1993 Royal Rumble just a few months after his debut. This victory would grant him a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 9, where he took on Bret the Hitman Hart. This meteoric rise to the top was only a hint of the dominance Yokozuna would have on WWE for the next year. 2 WWE championships, a WWE Tag Team Championship, victory over the era's titans like Bret Hart, Undertaker, Lex Luger, and Hulk Hogan.
Yokozuna is my middle name. I'm named after my uncle. I carry it with like so much pride and weight on my shoulders just because of like what he's done with his business and like who he is as a person too. It's a cool middle name to have, man. I represent it with the pride, man, that I have. Hopefully, man, I'm making him proud by doing that.
The manner in which Yokozuna melded incredible size with unspeakable agility shocked the WWE Universe, who to that point were used to their monsters hitting hard but moving slow. Yokozuna broke the mold, punishing opponents with super kicks, uranagis, leg drops, and of course, his devastating banzai drop. A maneuver so effective that once it had connected, nobody kicked out of it. Nobody.
Rodney was a very unique talent. I think the way he was able to handle all the pressure, it was kind of parallel to how he was in the ring. For someone to be so big and to be so nimble, you just don't see that very often. Rodney was one of those first solo guys, singles competitor guys that was able to go out there and really just make waves, make a big splash. I mean, pun intended, I guess. You know, that fool jumped in a pool, he'd knock out all the water, and that's the way it felt sometimes. He would go into those arenas and just suck in all the energy and be able to give it back. So when I look at Rodney, I see someone very similar to me, someone who understands the top, the very, very top of the game, the top position, and everything that goes along with it.
In a career filled with so many highlight reel moments, perhaps nothing stands out more than when Yokozuna faced and defeated the so-called immortal Hulk Hogan at the first King of the Ring event in 1993. Looking to humiliate Hogan after the Hulkster stole Yokozuna's WWE Championship only 2 minutes after Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart for the title months earlier at WrestleMania 9, Yokozuna entered the ring totally focused on the task at hand. And on that night, he not only got revenge, but his victory would send Hogan packing from WWE for nearly 9 years.
Hulk Hogan is finished.
Many felt that Yokozuna had indeed killed Hulkamania. Now, you get to possess the power of the mighty Yokozuna and deal out punishment to Hulk Hogan to walk out of the King of the Ring, a 2-time WWE champion. Showcase the ability and the agility that made Yokozuna a Hall of Fame performer and take Hulkamania down. Banzai.
എന്റെ പ്ലാൻ എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an event of international magnitude. As they are documenting Yokozuna's every move.
Yokozuna with Mr. QG. നോക്കാം എന്താ സംഭവിക്കാൻ. കുറച്ചും കൂടിയാണ്.
Think, Corey, he's 550 pounds, bigger than he's ever been. And I understand Hulk Hogan trimmed down so he can have more speed, more endurance. But I'll tell you something, Hogan's got to take him out early. This is going to answer a lot of unanswered questions for WrestleMania 9. A lot of pressure on the president of WWE for what he did. But this is Yokozuna versus Hulk Hogan. Let the winner be the winner. One thing's for sure, Hogan will be quicker. He will be faster than he's ever been in any previous title defense. Well, this is going to be interesting because he's wrestling a fresh Yokozuna this time. Not a man who's already wrestled a 15-minute match with Bret the Hitman Hart. Well, Hogan and Yokozuna's last match lasted less than 30 seconds when Hogan won the title at WrestleMania. Well, I can tell you, this match will go much longer. Yokozuna will not be caught by surprise this time. Listen to this. What a phenomenal ovation for the WWE Champion. Right down the aisle, this man, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, from Venice Beach, California, weighing in 302 pounds, the WWE Champion, Hogan. You can feel this facility shake, literally moving. The Raptors shaking with the ovation of the WWE Champion Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan thrives on these people. He thrives on the Hulksters, the little Hulksters. This is what keeps this man going. Hulk Hogan's relying on the fans. He wants to hear them cheer. He wants to draw strength from them. But Yokozuna's focused. He has not taken his eyes off Hulk Hogan. He is ready, believe me. The Hulkster ready for war. And you can bet, ladies and gentlemen, it will be warfare here. We've been saying for weeks that he is going to be the first man to slam Yokozuna. No, ladies and gentlemen.
Hogan.
Champion, I guarantee there is no... Michael Cole alongside Michael Saxton, Corey Graves, emanated from King of the Ring, 1993. Yokozuna is fuming over his embarrassing WrestleMania loss to Hulk Hogan. Now, Yokozuna has wrapped the WWE Championship and what WrestleMania after that. Indeed, the last time these two shared a ring, it was disastrous for Yokozuna. Mr. Fuji issued a challenge to Hogan on behalf of his client. And 22 seconds later, Hogan was the new WWE Champion. But that night was mired in controversy as Yokozuna had just been to battle with Bret Hart to win the title. This is going to answer a lot of questions from WrestleMania 9. This is Yokozuna versus Hulk Hogan, and we're going to find out who's the true champion. Still so much more action to come after this amazing matchup. Of course, we have the Cage Finals but before that, there will be an 8-man tag team match with the Steiner Brothers and the Headflippers on opposite sides. You want to talk about unfinished business from WrestleMania? Those two teams went to war. This is not good for the Hulkster. But Baron cinched in, gotta find a way to catch your breath.
If you can focus on Hogan's head to cause more damage, you'll see stars.
Yokozuna taking the fight from way up all the way to the outside. I can't believe what we just saw. I can't believe that didn't miss. Can we talk about Yokozuna's meteoric rise in WWE? He's accomplished quite a lot in a short amount of time. Just look at the man's track record at major events. He made his premium event debut with a quick win at Survivor Series, won the Royal Rumble in dominant fashion, and then captured the WWE title in the main event of WrestleMania. But that momentum ground to a halt after Mr. Fuji's
Hogan
ill-timed
period,
challenge ended
Hogan period.
Yokozuna's title reign after mere minutes. Yokozuna needs to get back on top for the win here tonight. High-level offense on display from Yokozuna. Yokozuna making Hogan regret wanting this match. I love it. Punch connects. He's able to counter that. You know, Hogan slimming down may have an adverse side effect. Yokozuna can win
Oh, reverse it.
Into the mat. Both superstars countering one move after another. Each superstar trying to counter and gain an advantage.
Your belly to belly.
Finding an answer for everything thrown at them. Yoko now. Belly to belly slam. That's got to be the end of Hulkamania. Jimmy Hart trying to rally. And a kick out by Hogan with authority.
Hulk Hogan's not done yet. Hulk Hogan is coming alive.
Yokozuna back to his feet. Big chop to Hogan. And Hogan's starting to hulk up here.
How many times have we seen this over the years?
These massive strikes from Yokozuna having absolutely no effect on Hogan.
Hogan fired up. Hogan's ready to go.
Hogan feeding off the energy of all the Hulkamaniacs.
And here comes Hulk. And Yokozuna being backed up to the ropes. Big boot.
I can't believe Yokozuna's still standing.
Hogan continuing to pour on the offense. A second big boot, but Yoko still on his feet.
Don't let up, Hulkster. Keep swinging, keep firing away.
That boot, Yoko staggering,
Here we
and he's
go.
down.
Drop the leg, Hogan. Drop the leg.
Hogan, leg drop. Here's the cover on Yoko, who kicked out the leg drop.
What? Get Mr. Fuji out of there. Hogan feeding off the energy. Whoa, wait a minute. What is that photographer doing on the apron?
There's a match going on. What the heck?
What was that?
What in the world just happened here?
And gentlemen, Yokozuna may be but one move away from ending Hulkamania.
The camera lights are flashing. Yokozuna is so close to regaining the title. Shot to the gut will break things up.
Back suplex, no. Driven down. A big splash. Yokozuna demonstrating his full power. Hogan's in trouble.
Yokozuna on the move.
Massive big leg drop.
That's the kind of cold-blooded offense that's made Yokozuna so feared.
Draped across the top rope. Clubbing forearm. Being placed in the corner here. All these counters, it's like they're in each other's minds. Dragging his opponent out of the corner and a thunderous head.
Hogan has തീർന്നു. Hogan's momentum goes up in flames. Take advantage and win this match by pinfall.
It just got as bad as it could for the champ. No way. I can't believe it. We were a second away from a new champion.
Are we close to the start of a new reign?
And Yokozuna is just stunned. Yoko says this one's over. Yokozuna is once again champion.
I can't believe it.
We have the official word. Yokozuna is indeed the new WWE champion. We may have just witnessed the end of Hulkamania, gentlemen. There's no may about it, Cole. Yokozuna just conquered Hogan. And every newspaper in Japan is going to be filled with pictures of our new
അടുത്ത മാച്ച് പോരട്ടെ.
Our next chapter sees the showcase spotlight shine on an area in which the family built their legacy: tag team. wrestling. Starting with the wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, all the way through to more recent champions like the Usos or Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. This dynasty has always excelled in tag team competition, consistently showing an ability to dominate the division with a wide variety of looks. And the first team that we will look at, accompanied to the ring by Afa himself.
Fatu and Samu, the Head Shrinkers.
They put the fear in people's hearts. That's what the Head Shrinkers did back in the day. Second to none in that ring. You know, hard-nosed, battle-tested. They went for it every single night.
More astute fans may also know that early in their journeys, Samu and Fatu were managed by me, Paul Heyman, then known as
Paul E. Dangerously.
and the SST, the Samoan SWAT team.
The Samoan SWAT team is here. Vengeance is mine.
Already an imposing force that early on, their future greatness was obvious to so many industry experts. Afa, more than anybody, knew he had the team on his hands, with Samu being his son and Fatu his nephew. The tribal elder was able to mentor both, instilling in them the same unrelenting approach to competition that made the wild Samoans world famous. The team toured through regional promotions before a quick stop with me in WCW, but WWE was always their goal. Upon arrival, it was clear that the dynasty's next generation had indeed arrived, immediately drawing comparisons to their world-renowned predecessors. 10 years before it became cool to say, Samu and Fatu displayed ruthless aggression in the ring, overwhelming opponents before the bell and continuing the non-stop attack until their hands were raised in victory. Deceptively agile for men of their size, they brutalized the opposition with devastating dives from the top rope. The duo would eventually go on to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships in the spring of 1994, fulfilling the promise and carrying the legacy to even greater heights. At WrestleMania 9, the Head Shrinkers' one and only in-ring WrestleMania appearance saw them taking on Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
Be prepared, Steiner brothers. We're gonna give you a pain that you have never felt before.
While I'm not one to make excuses, I am one to give opportunities to you, our expert gaming member of the WWE Universe. And so, today, you have the opportunity to make things right. WrestleMania 9, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Steiners performed at a near-perfect level that day, able to find every reversal and in the chaos emerge victorious. We are asking you to fix that, stop them in their tracks, and get the Head Shrinkers that WrestleMania victory you and I both know they deserve. But if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself reliving the very same memories that have haunted Samu and Fatu for years. Steiner lines, suplexes, Frankensteiners that will all bring your evening to a vicious, miserable end.
One of the toughest teams in WWE history. Nearly 600 pounds of pure savagery. pretty, guys. You talk about rugged individuals. These are two tag teams that can really bring the fight to anyone that steps in their path.
Yeah, there's about to be a seismic collision in the ring.
So much to the Steiners and to the head shrinkers.
Well, the whole world is focusing on WrestleMania 9, and the last thing you want to do is come up on the short end.
Pride is on the line, and as is a stake to the claim of being the toughest team in all of WWE. The Steiner brothers getting a tremendous ovation here in their first WrestleMania. And we'll see if they can carry on Michigan's winning ways.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 531 pounds, Rick and Scott, the Steiner Brothers.
The Steiner brothers are one of the most promising tag teams we've ever seen in WWE.
But Samu and Fatu are looking to stomp out any of that promise right here at WrestleMania.
Let me warn the WWE Universe right now. This is going to be a brutal match. Just two heavy-hitting tag teams going at it. Physical, smash-mouth wrestling. And like Saxton said, it won't be pretty at all.
എന്തായാലും ജയിച്ചേ പറ്റും. Get one of these Steiners into the corner and strike and unleash a strike. Throw a little extra shade with an opponent taunt.
Indeed, Michael, the head shrinkers and Steiner.
Camel clutch locked in, agonizing submission hold. Is this one over? Camel clutch applied.
The grip is broken.
Head shrinkers versus the Steiner brothers here from WrestleMania 9, two hard-hitting, up-and-coming teams at this epic event. WrestleMania 9 shaping up to be a big night in the tag division, guys.
Indeed it is, Michael. Two great young teams competing now. And later tonight, none other than Hulk Hogan will lead the Mega Maniacs against Money Inc. for the tag team titles.
Oddsmakers in Nevada have the smart money on Hulk Hogan leaving Vegas with the gold tonight.
Steering clear.
Demonstration of power.
The head shrinkers and Steiners are two of the brightest young teams in WWE, but they both come to this match with a few years of experience in WCW.
The Steiner brothers earned many tag accolades in WCW, but Rick and Scott have the share of singles titles too.
Meanwhile, Samu and Fatu were never quite able to break through before WWE. You know that has to serve as motivation for the head shrinkers tonight.
I've seen Samu and Fatu headbutt each other during matches. They do that to their own flesh and blood.
Now turn of the table becomes two light combos.
Take no prisoners offense of the head shrinkers, Byron. These guys will fight, scratch, and claw their way to a win. Rulebook be damned.
And with Rick and Scott coming from an amateur collegiate background, they might be a bit more definitive in the rules. Hopefully the Steiners can adapt fast. Samu and Fatu are substitutes in the tag division tonight.
Get the action back in corner and comes a 3-point heavy attacks. Now hit them hard, it's huge
the
run.
WWE tag title on 3 occasions, and he's trying to bring the head shrinkers to the top as well.
And into the corner he goes. Steiner looking powerless to every attack.
Seeing some high-impact offense from Samu and Fatu thus far.
I'm not sure the head shrinkers are even going for the victory. They just want to destroy the Steiners.
And Fatu got stopped in his tracks. Dueling reversals. punch straight to the face staves off the attack. The whole world is focused on WrestleMania 9 tonight. The last thing you want to do is come out on the wrong side of a match like this.
That's right. A big win at WrestleMania means a big boost in the tag division and a substantial winner's purse.
I don't think the head shrinkers concern themselves much with the financial matter, Saxton, but they are dead set on proving they're the toughest dudes around. An effective attack to the leg can hurt everything from balance to mobility. It can drastically limit you inside the ring. Got them off their feet here.
Pinpointing the trachea.
He answers right back.
He avoids the contact. And we are really seeing the amazing skill sets of all four men in this tag team showcase.
We already knew it. Drawing of the head shrinkers and the grappling of the Steiners, but men as big as these four behemoths should not be able to fly around the ring like they have thus far. This made for an extremely tough act to follow. Getting the tag could be the momentum swing they needed. Loving blow. That puts a stop to Steiner.
And now placed in the corner.
As we find ourselves surrounded by all this pageant. And there goes Steiner sent outside the ring.
Fatu like a one-man wrecking machine right now. Cleaning house.
Oh, look at this, the power by Scott Steiner.
But the tag was made and Scott not aware. Big kick. Scott Steiner did not see the blind tag made by Samu.
Oh, this is not looking good for Steiner.
And this is what the head shrinkers do. Top-tier tag team wrestling. Steiner didn't see the tag, decided to hot dog around, and got a foot in the face for it.
Somebody's setting himself up top.
With a seat on the top. Piercing elbow.
Sweeping the leg to get out of that.
Reversing signature.
Could be what Steiner really needed to push the advantage. Down and reversed it. Getting tagged in. Placing him in the corner. Tag is made. Parker going up top.
Finish ready.
Watch it. That's it. No way the Steiners come back now. You gotta be kidding me. What just happened? I don't know, but I think it just blew the roof off this arena. Yeah, you gotta believe he'll be looking for the kill shot one more time. And guys, what a war we're witnessing between the Steiners and the head shrinkers. This is the trickiest bet in all of Vegas.
I just think it's time to the path of least resistance means you should swing some hits with a double face plant finisher.
In the corner now. Tag made. Double team incoming. Irish whip into the ropes. Starting with battle. Yeah, this tag team match has seen its fair share of tide changes, and it's not over yet. Ooh, what a damaging blow. Oh, there's a headbutt. Oh, man. Draped across the top rope.
What's on the horizon here? They have their opponent.
Oh, face first.
And the head shrinkers just might have it.
Sends the knee to the face. That'll stop you. Coming with the leg cover. That might be
One, two, three. Yeah, buddy. അടുത്ത മാച്ച് പോരട്ടെ. ഇത് ഹെഡ് സ്ട്രിങ്കേഴ്സ് കൊണ്ടുപോയി. മനസ്സിലായോ?
Samuel Fatu making their family proud and proving themselves as top contenders in the tag division.
Hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the face of the planet today. Now, whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series. Born into this business, The Rock would become WWE's first ever third-generation superstar, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. Who had competed in WWE rings before him.
Dwayne had the huge responsibility. There's a legacy, and you have to take it so seriously.
Even with incredibly high expectations, the Great One surpassed them all, along with the usual achievements if your name is The Rock: 2 Intercontinental Championships, 5 Tag Team Championships, 8 WWE Heavyweight Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, not even to forget the fact that The Rock once led an entire nation. The Rock has one of the more noteworthy feats in WWE history, earning WrestleMania victories over Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena. Each of these men are known as the faces of their respective era. Each of these men found out what happens when you go one-on-one. Oh, you know the rest. Of course, The Rock rivaled Stone Cold Steve Austin's popularity during the vaunted Attitude Era, tearing opponents down with rock bottoms and people's elbows while tearing them apart on the mic with cutting one-liners and catchphrases that are still recited to this day.
If you smell, know your role and shut your mouth.
He ended CM Punk's 434-day title reign as WWE Champion at the 2013 Royal Rumble as well, after having only competed twice over the previous 9 years, displaying the always ready mentality and physical conditioning on which he has built his global brand. But you don't need me to rattle off The Rock's resume to you, now do you? Of course not. The man is an occasion unto himself. He has headlined the biggest events against WWE's most iconic superstars and has always found a way to, how does he put it? Layeth the smackdown on some jabroni's candy ass. I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I may have just done that. But indeed, he has. On a Thursday night in February of 1997, The Rock, still known as Rocky Maivia, would find himself challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship, Only a few months into his tenure, he would be matched up against a face that would ultimately become one of his most familiar and hated rivals, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Seemingly overmatched by a more seasoned opponent, a youthful Rock would demonstrate all the traits that have come to define him in the years since. Tenacity, high IQ, and that legendary Samoan strength to ultimately surprise Helmsley and kick off the first championship reign for Rocky Maivia. It would be the first step of a journey that has ultimately led The Rock into the pantheon of WWE's elite. So now it's all in your hands. It's up to you to showcase the undying drive that makes The Rock the hardest worker in the room to deliver a shocking upset against the Greenwich snob himself. Guide The Rock to victory over Triple H at a very special Thursday, Raw Thursday, to give the first jolts to what would become the most electrifying career in sports entertainment.
And here comes the #1 contender, at least for tonight, Rocky Maivia.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Making his way to the ring is the challenger from the South Pacific, weighing in at 275 pounds, Rocky Maivia.
A blue-chip talent with a bright future.
On his way to defend the Intercontinental Championship, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
His opponent from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 246 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Hunter Helmsley.
Helmsley is scheduled to face another challenger at an upcoming show this Sunday. He's taking the risk, stepping in here against a newcomer, Rocky Maivia.
Well, you can consider it risky, you can consider it overconfident, but any way you look at it, it's a dangerous move by Helmsley to take on an athlete who has been on a real roll. Rocky Maivia has been successful thus far in WWE, and Rocky is focused. Rocky is only thinking about tonight.
Saxton, just curious, have you ever exercised your right to remain silent? I am tired of all this talk about Rocky Maivia. Yeah, he's been on a roll, but it could all come to a screeching halt tonight at the hands of Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Undoubtedly the top title in this company.
തുടങ്ങാം.
The Intercontinental title hangs in the balance.
Approach head cerebrally and look to land some quick offense outside the ring to get stronger start. It may not get in quite this early, but a grounded submission will definitely impact him.
Considerable power to stop that from happening. As far as Helmsley is concerned, Maivia is barely even worth his time.
Before this match, I was talking to Helmsley, and he said he can beat the snot out of this Maivia kid in less than 10 minutes. In fact, he was showing me a watch. Did you know he has a timepiece that costs $20,000?
Confident words from Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And his timepiece is in this match, though, Corey. First up top.
Crashing and burning in maybe the worst way possible.
And Rocky, they're not showing any signs of being intimidated. Look at this, a schoolboy. that could be a developing story as this match progresses.
And this is where an experienced wrestler like Helmsley can take a young wrestler and pick him apart, take advantage, capitalize, and win. If Rocky Maivia is going to take down the more polished and experienced Hunter Hearst Helmsley, he's going to have to do it with unrelenting energy. Rocky has to keep coming at the champion with big attacks until Helmsley collapses under the onslaught.
It's a bold strategy that will take everything the young Maivia's got, but you're right. It could be his best path to his first championship win.
Jacks his jaw with a quick knee.
Boom! Good defense from him. Vintage move here.
The Cobra clutches him. Elbows trying to free himself, and he escapes. Yikes, that'll either wake you up or knock you out.
Intercontinental Championship at stake right here in Lowell, Massachusetts. We're expecting an emotional night for all of us, considering that Shawn Michaels will
To the sky! The champion is going for the cover.
kick out of that.
I can't believe the ref didn't get two here. Knee strike connects. There's some power behind that punch. Punch! A face buster knee smash. That was painful. Helmsley with a ruthless attack, and he might have Maivia here. Legs caught. One answer after another. Neither competitor giving an inch. And even before the bell rang tonight, I think Hunter Hearst Helmsley has been trying to take off.
Maivia took to the sky and executed that high risk perfectly. I don't think Helmsley had that scouted at all. Up high, cross body, takes another trip to the skies, and it pays off once again.
Knees.
Hunter went to the nobody home. Rocky hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
Helmsley muscling Maivia up to the top turnbuckle in a big right hand. Helmsley with something big in mind here for his challenger tonight. This is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion. Almost daring Rocky, hey, you really want my title? You really think you're going to be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top. Hooking Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook of the leg and a cover. And Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia. Hunter has to be asking himself, what else do I have in my arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
But Maivia just collapsed. This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup. I think Maivia's done. Official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on Rocky. Hunter Hearst Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Lifting him back up again. Rocky rolls through. Shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
എന്ത് മയിൽ ഫിനിഷർ കൊള്ളാം.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Steele had better keep an eye on Maivia, because Maivia is a true brawler.
Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
contrast to Steel.
We'll see which prevails tonight. Steel cage match underway. Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steel. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George.
Show your general power and take fight to Steel. Put it together with strike to grab the format.
Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steel is...
That can't be enough, can it? And he kicks out.
Way too soon for him to be thinking about a pin.
They're feeding off the WWE fans, now pinning the arm down
And a series of vicious stomps.
Gentlemen, we touched on the differences between Maivia and Steel as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steel is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
Nothing fancy there.
Strike to gamble combos.
Chief has major acting and stuntwork credits to his name. And who knows? Maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime.
Well, before any of that, the High Chief wants to survive this war against the Animal.
High Chief Maivia is a much more physically gifted. Talented athlete in the ring than Steel. What's he going to take for the Animal to get the upper hand here?
Well, he's got to be even more chaotic than ever inside this cage. Nothing about Steel makes sense to someone as traditional as Maivia. There's never any telling him what the Animal's going to do in the match, and he needs to keep it that way.
High Chief Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience already.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple...
Finisher.
Tag team titles. Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge
I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
Nothing fancy there.
Look at Maivia going to work on the Animal.
Peter Maivia, something brewing.
And George is laid out.
Here he goes, up the wall of the steel cage. Perched up. Brace for this. Like a guillotine. Peter Maivia is looking unstoppable now.
Maivia has really figured the Animal out here. The Animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, but we've seen the Animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steel to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia's prepared all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon.
The Animal may be winning play at this point. The High Chief closing in on a successful hunt.
Dropping with a big shoulder tackle. Some folks tell Peter Maivia that flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that matter. But guys, how is he earning
George the Animal.
Peter Maivia is very close to the MALAYALAM family. In fact, he was considered a bloodline as the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body. already done so much damage. What else could he want to do?
And the opportunity presence this team with a signature. So that crush അടിച്ചതാ ഇനി അടിക്കണം.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE for some time.
Is it enough? Is it enough for Peter Maivia?
Trying to go for it again. Busting out the heavy artillery once again.
Finisher or what?
From the middle. What a splash.
Momentum is all with Maivia now.
And you can see Steel is struggling to run the storm with the High Chief.
Oh, what's it?
And Steel sending him off.
Oh, no.
Up to the belly.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the Animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steel often has trouble finding opponents due to his erratic nature. But when it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove he's worthy of that name. Peter Maivia will take on any competitor, no matter the difficulty. Dominating shoulder tackle.
It gets nothing. George Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by count-out to the High Chief.
Win this match anyway, you leave the cage out. Planning is leaving now. Unexpected finisher in the next.
In part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the Animal will throw at him, even inside a cage.
And that holds Peter Maivia back.
Gets the reversal. Counter. Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle.
Maivia overwhelming his opponent here.
Steel now just trying to survive. We could be seeing a submission here. Able to punch his way out.
What a punch. I'll tell you stuff. Firing with a straight shot there. Answering back. Oh, he flips that around. Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this. And the competitor is backing down. Exhaustion setting in. And neither one of them is letting up.
Absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up.
He's about to do it. He's about to do it again. Oh, goodness.
1, 2, 3.
And the High Chief defeats the Animal. Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia. Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia. George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew.
She's not like most girls. She's also not like most WWE superstars. Nia Jax, the reigning queen of the ring, is a reckoning, a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock, Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Well, our next pick, Nia Jax.
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 Draft Lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring.
Nia Jax looking to eliminate. She does.
She's battled standouts like Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. And all the while, she has left undeniable destruction in her wake. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the bonsai drop, known as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entering into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the finals, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the opening she needed to annihilate her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline history. Make Lyra suffer. Make her regret ever entering your ring. Showcase the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
And now a dark horse will face an unforgiving titan in hopes to don the crown. Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax in the Queen of the Ring finals. Lyra Valkyria fancies herself a Morgan, which is an Irish goddess of war. As they were on the battlefield, it's all come down. And Nia now this is Lyra was up over the top. Nia's got a
തുടങ്ങിയില്ല അപ്പൊ തന്നെ കട്ട് സീനായി.
Lyra trying her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment.
I'm not sure this is going to work either.
Jax just entirely too strong, but whoa!
That was interesting.
Oh, nice athleticism by Valkyria.
Even Jax might be a little impressed.
I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax.
Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia Jax in control, and she's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody home, set outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity. Right now for Lyra Valkyria to strike. Lyra may actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring.
Lyra Valkyria, one of the best technical wrestlers in NXT Women's Division history.
But the game is about so much more than technique. It's about experience and timing, knowing when to tap into certain parts of your psyche. Nia knows this, and we've seen it for years.
The big question is, does Lyra?
Put Lyra when said there is no escape in the corner of Trigger with neutral sublator. A deep trio vote has to take up. Make us support a heavy 3 of her.
And she's set right into that corner. Big momentum clearly on the side of Nia Jax. And the irresistible force is really keeping Valkyria grounded here. Confidence is always a key for Nia Jax. She comes into every match thinking she hasn't won. When you have this business in your blood like Nia does, that confidence is genetic. But ever since the irresistible force returned to WWE 8 months ago, her confidence has been on another level. And she's gaining even more confidence as this match progresses. Jax may just be unstoppable now. Corey, what do you think is going to be the key in this match for Nia Jax? She certainly made plenty of promises when it comes to the ring. What Nia brings to the dance court. Is raw power, which you rarely see from most men, let alone women. Nia has absolutely no problem using that power, and the same goes for her throwing her weight around in the ring. Lyra Valkyria might just learn that the hard way tonight. In just a matter of minutes, we'll have our second queen of the ring. The first, of course, being Zelina Vega. You got to believe that Zelina will want a shot whichever woman wins this. She beat the woman now known as Piper Niven that night, so you know Queen Zelina can strike down the enemy sides. Come on, was that really called for? Nia Jax, so powerful, so dominant. Big finish finds its mark. Great power. Crashing them with Samoan drop. Nia Jax is doing whatever she wants. Each Samoan drop driving all of the air out of Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria crushed in the corner by Jax.
Squashing Lyra in the corner, and the beginning of the end may be near. And Nia now, with Lyra on her back, going to climb up to the second rope.
This is a scary situation for Lyra. Oh, look at this. Maybe not.
No way. There's no way. Oh, my. Oh, no. Good night, Annihilator.
Here is your winner and the new Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax.
What a victory to the brand new Queen of the Ring.
Nia said she would do it, and she backed up her claims.
And now the Chief Content Officer of WWE and Triple H going to come in to congratulate Nia Jax, officially crown her the Queen of the Ring.
Absolute dominance by the new queen.
I'm sure you will agree with your wise man. Many WWE superstars say they will do whatever it takes in order to achieve success. Quite often, it's a bunch of BS. But if you're lucky, you may run into someone who is willing to look out for the group. Someone willing to make sacrifices. And for this family, there was no one better than Rikishi. After the Head Shrinkers run in WWE came to an end, Rikishi, then known as Fatu, would go on a journey of self-discovery. This journey would lead to him taking on the name Rikishi, a subtle nod to his cousin Yokozuna, as well as an opportunity to start fresh with a global audience.
Well, my dad, you know, when he became the Rikishi character, when you think about Samoan wrestlers, right, or mean, or aggressive, he made it like his own flavor, right? You know, he had the blonde hair, still carried the aggressiveness, but I think he just wanted to add like a little flavor to it. But it became even more popular to our culture.
Rikishi blitzed WWE from the jump, devastating opponents with new tricks and winning people over with his fat-ass dance moves.
That Rikishi is fat, all right. P-H-A-T.
And with this wave of newfound momentum came even more success, with Rikishi capturing the WWE Intercontinental Championship and displaying incredible athleticism in iconic moments like when he dove off the top of the steel cage. The year 2000 belonged to Rikishi. But little did anyone know, Rikishi held a dark secret regarding a decision he'd made not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the family. It was at the 1999 Survivor Series that Stone Cold Steve Austin was hit by a car in the arena parking lot, forcing him from the main event later that night for the WWE Championship. For nearly a year, all of WWE was consumed with figuring out who was driving that damn car and why Austin was targeted in the first place. The verdict came in. The car was driven by Rikishi. Rikishi would stand strong.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock.
What? Rikishi would lay out a years-long gripe that WWE preferred Steve Austin to The Rock, and so Rikishi had made sure that The Rock's only competition had been removed from the picture. Rikishi sacrificed his own popularity to reach this goal. The Rock thrived while Austin was on the shelf. For Rikishi, the struggle and fall was all worth it. Rikishi knew that he would eventually have to face off with the Texas Rattlesnake to answer for his sins. And he welcomed that meeting with open arms. What Rikishi was unprepared for was for WWE to stack the deck entirely, looking to make Rikishi pay for taking out their golden goose. Stone Cold Steve Austin was allowed to drive his truck directly to the ring and was generally given the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted in the name of revenge. We are going to make things right. This time, when Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin lock horns, there will be no stacking of the deck. Someone willing to give of himself so that his family, this family, can succeed, deserves better. So get in there and showcase the never say die spirit that has led this family to victory time and time and time and time and time and time again. Use whatever weapon you could get your hands on and prove to Stone Cold Steve Austin that you will do anything for the people.
showcase number.
Hesitation, just revenge.
His opponent from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Austin fought for his life to make it back here, to make Rikishi pay. Now there is no way Rikishi can escape the Texas Rattlesnake. It's been almost a year since Austin competed in the ring. Austin is a man possessed. Rikishi feels good about running over Austin and City do it again. That man is sick. Oh, Rikishi made two mistakes. One, trying to end Austin's life. And two, not being man enough to finish the job.
Austin's going to absolutely tee off
on Rikishi. This one is going to get ugly in a hurry. It's a miracle Austin survived being rolled over by Rikishi. Now, pissed off, Texas Rivals racing out for revenge. It's almost a year to recover from the injuries he suffered in his attack. You can't blame Austin for the damage he inflicts on Rikishi tonight. Byron, a lesser man wouldn't have survived. Stone Cold promised that Rikishi's days walking above the community. This is no close. Here we go. You have to be a certain kind of crazy to even think about attempting that kind of offense. I can't say I'm in pain. What a shot. He's swinging low. Any one of these attacks could cause irreparable damage. I don't think he can come back from this many. This is getting more and more alarming with each uninterrupted attack. Austin had and scattered. And Byron, I just can't see any legitimate reason to run over Stone Cold like Rikishi did last Survivor Series. I mean, Austin does ruffle the feathers of a lot of people, Michael, but I don't think any of his rivals were good with disgusting lengths that Rikishi has gotten to. Corey, Austin has been out of in-ring action for the big shots being fired right now. Not a competitor letting up. Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs. Each exchange is sapping the energy from these two. Rikishi is brought to him. Pin! Here we go. And he easily stops the ref's count. He is going to take this match as long and as far as he needs to. Crank in the head. Well measured. Knew what was coming there. This is a man who has no remorse and feels justified for running Austin down like a dog. Well, to be devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's proud of his Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the shark tank that is WWE. Serious, Corey? Rikishi was another human being. We're fortunate that it only put Austin on the shelf for 10 months instead of his whole life. It's sick that you would even condone what Rikishi did. Don't twist my words, Saxton. I'm not saying I condone Rikishi's action. I'm just saying I understand him. Austin is like a man possessed. It's been almost a year since Austin's been in the ring. The Russian leg sweep. We've talked so much about motives leading into this match. In my view, Rikishi's a delusion. His family have been given equal opportunities, and they all took full advantage of that. Yeah, my blood boils at the propaganda Rikishi's been selling. But I tell you about the sky high. Trying to do as much damage as humanly possible. But at what cost? Oh, and he stops that offense. Caught square by the haymaker. Series of counters here. Who will finally capitalize? A complete stalemate of reversals here. Neither one giving an inch. Oh, man, what's the esophagus? This is good. This has the possibility to completely unravel here. Rikishi with a banzai drop. Oh, Stone Cold is experiencing the brutality of Rikishi. We talk a lot about Austin being prepared for a fight. Talk about the rattlesnake preparing to make Rikishi a dead man. Well, right now it's Rikishi doing the brawling. Rikishi's disdain for Austin looks greater than even we anticipate. Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring tonight. Bringing the hockey stick into the mix? Oh, you just know he wants to cross-check his opponent all across the arena. Austin and
Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
We got to think about how bad Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. Been dying to get his hands on Rikishi.
All of that venom, all of the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. Nobody wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth.
Scary mindset for the rattlesnake. Austin has scattered pictures of Rikishi all over his home. Said that every time he looks at Rikishi, he's looking at a dead man. Rikishi taking it as an empty threat. Thinking that Austin isn't the man he could.
Scooped up. Here it comes.
Rikishi driver.
It put Austin down. Unbelievable. Stop after stop after stop.
Rikishi is picking the competition apart.
Rikishi with an ensemble against Austin. Dare I say Stone Cold could be in trouble.
That is hard to watch.
Big move there from Rikishi. And Rikishi
അടുത്ത കട്ട് സീൻ നേരിത് എത്ര നേരെ
Austin's in trouble. And now steel chair. Oh, and Austin, he just averted disaster there.
And now Austin going to deliver the punishment with the steel chair.
A relentless Texas rattlesnake beating the brakes off of Rikishi with a steel chair.
And again, thunderous blows by Austin. Down goes Rikishi. Austin beating the hell out of him.
I know Austin has good reason to be doing all of this, but he could be taking it too far at this point.
I don't think the rattlesnake is taking it far enough, Corey. Austin wants to put Rikishi's life in danger, just like Rikishi did to him.
Every successive move is putting their opponent in a dicey situation.
Looking to go up high.
I wouldn't be getting up if I...
Incoming! Oh, took it high risk, but was off the mark.
Rikishi may have put the exclamation on this one.
അപ്പോൾ മയില് ഒന്നിട്ട് ഓപ്പൺ ചിക്കൗട്ട് ചെയ്തോ
I cannot believe the beating he's been able to
ചോദിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്
To his core, maybe seeing an opening. Headlock up. And a nice short jab to the back of the nose. Clothesline knocked down. Here we go. Comeback time. Superstars on fire. Pace begins to quicken.
You can tell he's feeling it now. This fight is pumping him up.
തീർച്ചയുണ്ട് ഒരു വണ്ണാറെങ്കില് എത്ര നേരം ലാസ്റ്റ് തീർന്നു അങ്ങനെ എല്ലാം തീർത്ത് നിർത്താം.